throughout the night until we get ready for the program, I'm going to be interviewing different people. So it's going to be a good night. You guys stay tuned, and we're happy to have you. So I have a special guest. It's our first guest of the night, and this is Ethan Caldwell. Ethan, can you check your microphone real quick, see if it's working?
I'm speaking into the microphone. It sounds like it is working.
Sounds like it's working for us. And so for the first time, we want to highlight a new ministry that actually launched during a pandemic. So not exactly the best time to launch a ministry, but we did it, and God has been working like crazy. And so, Ethan, you've been a part of the table. So can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how the table really reaches young adults in our area?
Yeah, so the table's just been a really cool opportunity. I think even the point at which it hit, that God's timing just kind of really lined up with that. I know me personally, coming out of college and moving back home, I was looking for community, but then on top of that, the pandemic and social isolation and all that stuff, I think that it just put a desire in the hearts of young adults in this area for community, and then the table kind of stepped in at that moment. And so I think that was a big winning point for us, that we were able to get a lot of people initially interested, and then once you're there, just solid worship, solid teaching, and good community, and just getting to build relationships with like-minded young adults that are in the same stage of life as you, and just walking through similar things and being able to walk through that with each other.
Man, that's incredible. And for those of you that don't know Ethan is actually a teacher at Central High School, and he's phenomenal. His students love him, and selfishly, I love you, because during the pandemic, or during COVID, Ethan actually came to me and he said, "Hey, Trey, I want to start serving in 912. So you've also started serving in 912 with our high school students. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, so serving in 912 it's been great. I was in camp ministry and then youth ministry for a season in my life, and so just being able to step back in, that there's a certain level of ministry I'm able to do within the classroom as far as reaching my students and living my life as an example and just loving on them in that way, but having the opportunity to step in and love on them within a church setting and be able to be more explicit in my sharing of the gospel with them, it's just been a really great opportunity. One thing that really stood out to me is that the emphasis that Southern Hills puts on community and vulnerability, that shows in your students, that they very much value that community aspect. They value small groups and breakout sessions and being able to just be vulnerable with each other. And so especially coming back and getting to jump in Southern Hills really for the first time, getting to experience that was just a really cool thing for me, and really just an awesome ministry to be able to jump in and serve with. And I want to go back and say I love you too.
Oh, well, that means the world. Ethan, we are so grateful for you and for all of our volunteers and our leaders that are here tonight. And for those of you that are online, we're grateful for you as well. So, Ethan, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. We're going to send it back to some slides. You guys can still keep checking out those 2 truths and a lie, and then we'll have another interview here shortly. back again, and I know you guys serve in multiple different ministries, but if you didn't know, Southern Hills is very busy as a church. On Sunday, we have our services. Mondays, Re-Engage. Tuesdays, the table. Wednesdays, our student services. And Thursday, we're back with another service. And so we are incredibly busy throughout the week. And so God is doing amazing things through each of our ministries. And sometimes you guys don't get to see what happens at night because you're not a high schooler, so you don't get to be a part of our high school services, or you're not a young adult, so you don't get to go to the table. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to highlight some of the things that God is doing specifically in our ministries through you guys. And so if you guys will do me a favor, check out this video of one of our seniors who recently got baptized.
I grew up in a Christian home, but in 9th grade I was diagnosed with a serotonin deficiency, which basically led me to have extreme anxiety, and it got to the point where I couldn't leave my house. So I was put on medication, but we kept having to go up in the doses. It got to the point where it started altering my behavior as well. So I started making bad decisions with boys, parties, lying to my parents, and that lasted all the way through 9th grade. And it wasn't until after 10th grade that I realized that I had made all those mistakes. But I had relationships throughout high school that were reminders that my past is what defines me. And so in 11th grade, I fell into a depressive state for 6 months. I lost all hope. I didn't really care about anything. I started partying again, and it came to the point where my own mom said she didn't recognize me. So it wasn't until quarantine hit that I decided, I started hanging out with my cousins more, and I started coming to Southern Hills. I found a great group of people up here that have really shown me and grown in my relationship. I started to be open and started to help other people with it, stuff that I struggled with. As a senior, if I could give any advice to the younger students, I would say that your past doesn't define you, and you can grow in your faith no matter what other people think. I want to get baptized because I want to make a statement that I'm no longer a slave to my past, and that I'm taking the next step in my faith. To me, Jesus is forgiver my sins and Redeemer, and because of that, he's changed my life.
one of my favorite things about my job is that I get to work with the Tucker music. If you guys haven't heard the joke that we make all the time, we are Trucker. And so one of the things that we did in July as a combined 78 and 912 ministry is we did a leader training to kind of prepare for the opening and make sure everybody stayed safe. And we did that at one of our local high schools. And if you guys didn't know, Tucker graduated from Central High School a few years ago, and we had this lovely picture of Tucker that hangs in the office, kind of the entranceway at Central High School. And so it's very fun. You got a picture of Tucker with baby Tucker, and I just got to say, baby Tucker's pretty cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed that picture. If you're ever in Central High School, maybe take a selfie with Tucker and send it to us so we can tease him a little bit. But we're going to interview some more people coming up, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. We have another interview of one of our volunteers. This is Haley. Haley, will you say hello to the live stream? Oh, we just dropped something in here. And so, Haley, Haley is one of our All-Stars volunteers, and she loves being on camera, right?
That's not true.
Not so much. Well, will you tell us a little bit about what All-Stars is and what you do in All-Stars?
So I get to be the worship leader in All-Stars, and I get to watch all the little kids just worship Jesus, and I get to lead them in worship and hear them recite the memory verse, and it's just so cool to hear their little voices and then memorize it over the course of the night. And it's just really cool to see them and be part of their life. Like,
Yes.
teaching them how to.
Honestly, that was Jamie Bishop that just walked in front of the camera, so we want to make that clear. But if you have not seen All Stars on a Sunday morning, that's K through 3rd, and if you ever watch those little kids sing, like you said, it is one of the cutest things you'll ever see in your entire life. So we're so thankful for you. And any last words?
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you in just a second. Back and I don't think it is. Sorry, we got a little confused with our microphone situation, but we are back and we have a very exciting interview with us today. We have Tyler and Mandy, and they have big news to share with the world that just happened. Would you guys like to share the news?
Yeah, literally 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
What happened?
We got engaged!
Oh, dang, girl. Can we just admire? Look at that rock, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You did say yes, right?
I had to think about it for a minute.
Just for a minute?
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. We're good.
Okay.
I mean, we did have to get her to clarify her answer.
Let's just do this real quick for shameless plug. Where did you guys meet?
At the table.
At the table.
On
So,
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
if you are single and possibly ready to mingle, Tuesday nights are
the place
for
to be.
you.
Yes.
Mandy and Tyler, on behalf of Southern Hills, we are beyond excited for you guys, and we are super excited for what God has for you and you guys' future. So
Thank
congratulations, and we will see you guys real soon. Well, welcome back, live stream. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in online. I have what I call a VIP with me, and that is Mr. Andy Johnson. If you guys don't know Andy, Andy is our head elder. And so as head elder, you also, we want everybody to know he doesn't get paid for that, but instead we wish, right? But he serves, and he serves so faithful, and he's very committed to this church. And so, Andy, is there anything that you would like to say to our volunteers and to those people that are online?
Absolutely. No, I tell you, I really appreciate it. We know what it is to serve, what it is to give up of your time, what it is to give up nights and weekdays and weekends for this church. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, we know where our treasure lies, and that's in heaven. But we are thankful that we get to serve alongside an incredible group of staff, except for one. But honestly, it is a blessing for me and Brooke to get to serve this church in all the different capacities that we do. And so I just hope that our volunteers get that sense of closeness with Christ as we do when we serve alongside our community here at church.
And so, shameless plug, Andy and Brooke pretty much help launch our Re-Engage ministry. So if you're a married couple, man, we would encourage you to check out Re-Engage online. You can do that on Monday nights, and you can do that in person and online as well. So Andy, on behalf of the staff, thank you, and we will see you guys in just a second.
All right, thank you.
From 2115 Maple Street, welcome to City Station. Tonight, it's the Boscars. And here's your host, Keith Trollinger.
Hey, what is up? Welcome to VOSCARS, our second attempt for 2020. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, let's go. Awesome. The weeks, the days, even the hours leading up to the VOSCARS tonight were all sort of suspended out there, and we are here. So it's incredible that we are all gathered together tonight. Man, we have an incredible group of people at home joining us online. As a matter of fact, guys, most of our volunteers are joining us from the safety of their couch. So can I get an amen for our volunteers at home? Yeah, let's go, baby. So shout out to you guys who are watching in your living room. When all of us in this room get COVID because we're here together, you can show up this Sunday or next Sunday and keep the ship afloat. So despite all the difficulties, and I have to say this, we have a couple that just got engaged sitting over here to our right. Mandy and Tyler just got engaged, so congratulations to you guys. Whoop, whoop. They met at the table. But despite the difficulties of 2020, it has been an incredibly good year, and God has been great. I just sort of want to celebrate some of the amazing things that God has done. We've seen families, life groups, and D groups right here in this baptistry getting baptized through this season. Yeah, man, that's exciting. Absolutely. Yeah. It says in here, initiate clapping, and you're doing it without me initiating it. So you guys are awesome. We've seen families, life groups, like I said. We've had over 61 individuals publicly make a confession of faith in the baptistry, and that's incredible. Yes. Our families continue to grow, and in 2020, we had 77 individual people join Southern Hills Christian Church and become members of our family. And so, yes, man, yes. Nicole, we didn't factor in all this clapping, so. But we've seen members step up and help fill in needs. We've provided as we've adjusted in this season. We've seen families that have stepped up to do ministry, and sometimes you've been doing it month to month, sometimes you've been doing it week to week. And throughout all of our programs, man, we've heard countless testimonies of what God is doing in a season such as this. And so all of this is possible because of your generosity. You've given countless hours rocking babies, stacking chairs, answering complex questions from preteens, and answering why questions from elementary school kids. You've cried with people in the counseling rooms. You've challenged others with scriptures. You've practiced and prayed over chord charts. You've clicked through 68 songs 720 times. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you didn't just give up of your time, you gave of your finances. In fact, at least 771 people have given to Sow Hills this year. That is incredible. And so this past week, we were also able to write a check to the Mustard Seed Child Sponsorship in Nicaragua for $13,273. Your generosity is a reflection of what Christ has done. Your generosity is a reflection of what he has enabled us to do as a church in 2020. And so there's no doubt that God is up to something big at Southern Hills and in the life of our church. I've been honored to serve alongside you guys for 7 years now, for many of you that have been volunteering. And together we as a church, man, we embody Romans 12:8 that says this: in his grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. And so if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well, and you do. If you are a teacher, teach well, and you do. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging, and you are. If it's giving, give generously. And if God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility serious. And if you have a gift for showing kindness, do this to others and do it gladly. And so tonight, we honor you for using your gifts here at Southern Hills Church. And we want you to know that you are loved and appreciated, that you are special to us, and that you are what makes a difference in the kingdom. As in years past, man, tonight, we want to honor a few of our amazing volunteers who excel in their area of ministry. Volunteers who go above and beyond what is expected to make disciples who make disciples, which is our mission. And along the way, we're going to poke fun at a lot of our staff, and that's okay because they can handle it. So it's all good. But to kick things off tonight, would you please welcome me in joining live from his apartment upstairs. Guys, give it up for our pastor and my friend, Shannon Lovelady.
What's up, y'all? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sweet.
Wow, you look really
I can't
stupid,
see anything, so hopefully you can hear me.
I'm just kidding. Did you hear me, Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't. All right, so you're living upstairs. How's that going?
It was going really good until I caught COVID. But yeah, so I'm getting a quarantine up here in an apartment. That's really fun.
What are you
Loving
wearing on your head?
You like that? I wanted to get in the Christmas spirit with you guys, so this is my
Bless your heart.
this is my holiday
So
hat.
Shannon, we've been friends for a long time, man. A long time. Like, I go back to internship back in 2001, and
Back when you
we
got
actually
hair.
even knew each other before then, you know, back in camp and stuff like that. But I go back to internship in 2001, and man, you remember those times where, you know, we were I stayed at your house during the summers, and we would sit, you know, on the porch and hang out and just have really late conversations. And you remember, you know, what we used to do anyhow, those were some fun times, right? You remember that? Yes.
That was awesome, man.
Yes, you do.
The best youth ministry planning times ever.
Yes, yeah. You remember also, Shannon, that time when I was trying to make something of myself at camp as a young kid coming out of college, and really I wanted to be dean of camp, and that was kind of like a goal in my life. And then, this one night, like, this massive box of fireworks got set off in between, like, the cabooses. And do you remember that night?
I
Yeah,
do.
of course
I
you
vaguely remember
night.
that.
Do
Yeah.
what?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, maybe you do. Yeah, well, that was the night that Shannon, it took years for you to confess to me that I got blamed for that. And because I got blamed for that, Shannon, I never was asked to be dean of camp. Ever.
Wow.
And what's even more sad, Shannon, is that people still today think that I did that.
That is sad.
So-
Maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, well, Shannon, the reality is that I didn't do that. That was your idea. You purchased all the fireworks, and you ruined my camp experience. So, but I am 100%, man. I'm okay with that, Shannon. I love you, Shannon.
I would never do anything like that, man. Man, those are some good times. Hey, since we're telling stories, though, can I tell stories about you?
Sure, why not?
Like I think you're the only person in the history of Nicaragua mission trips that's totaled a rental van 3 times in a day. Was that right? Was it 3 times in one day?
Wait, say I'm having a hard time hearing you from up here. What'd you say?
Was it 3 times in one day that you wrecked the rental van?
It was 3 times in one day.
Yeah.
Yes.
In case you guys are wondering the real reason that we had to ask Keith to step down from student ministry, I know he gave you this other story last week. That's really why.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding, man. What I love about Keith, though, like we got our friendship and the stories go so far back. I remember when you were helping me build my house. You remember that?
Wait, what happened?
When you were helping me build the house, like, if a lot of you guys don't know, Keith is extremely clumsy, and and so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Keith is kind of a walking accident waiting to happen, man. We were laying the floor on my house, and next thing I know, I hear him screaming, and he's straddling the floor joist in our house. It was amazing. I remember when we asked Keith to actually come back to Southern Hills when I became lead pastor. He came to spend the night at our house. I don't know if you remember this, Keith. But it was just like, man, it's the same old Keith. He came and spoke to our teenagers as a guest speaker, and he spent the night at our house. And I remember he was going down to the basement to sleep downstairs, and Natasha and I were telling him good night. We hear do 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 do, bam! And he like hits the bottom of our wall.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, kicked a little hole in our basement wall, man. Like it's that is Keith. Always has been, always will be. I love you, man.
Shannon, I love you too, man. You have been the lead pastor now for a few years, Shannon. Actually, 7 years you've been the lead pastor of Southern Hills Church. And this year has definitely been one for the books. What has been one of the most difficult parts of leading during 2020, number one? And remember that we only have 5 minutes.
No, I'll keep it short and sweet, honestly. I mean, like tonight's a perfect example for me. I've been on the flip side of trying to go while everybody else is at home, or I haven't been able to see them because they're on the other side of the screen. And just for me as a lead pastor, honestly, just not seeing our people. And I know it's just these times, and it is what it is. But again, me having to be home tonight is just kind of a epitome of 2020 and my emotions this week, like knowing you guys were down there preparing to honor our volunteers and love on them, but just worrying about our people and not necessarily being able to know. I truly believe, we preach it all the time that we're made for community, we belong to each other. And so like that has by far been the toughest part for me, is just, only seeing about half of our folks and doing our best to keep up with folks, but just not being able to see people and love on them well. It's been pretty brutal for me, honestly. And again, tonight, just not being able to be with our volunteers and love on them. I do love you guys. I can't see you, but I appreciate you so much. As a matter of fact, can we honor some volunteers tonight, Keith? You good with that?
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. But hey, man, before you do that, can we just say thank you to Shannon for leading us an incredible time, man? Shannon, thank you.
Thank you guys very much. I can't see the crowd, so hopefully that wasn't an applause track or anything. Hopefully that was. I love you guys. But hey, I want to brag on our volunteers a little bit. If we can just kick off, this is the VOSCARS. This is about giving away some chickens. So let's get to it. We want to kick tonight off by honoring a volunteer who is fresh on the scene in 2020. Keith, please welcome to the stage 456 volunteer, Mr. Michael Riley. So, did you give him a chicken? Is he there?
He's making his way to the microphone.
All right. Hey, while he comes up, let me just talk about it a little bit. Hey, Michael, he has the coolest mask ever, by the way. I love his mask. But Michael, you've been a pillar in 456 this year, jumping in right before the shutdown. Being a brand new volunteer, it would have been really easy to quit. But you didn't let quarantine stop you or hold you back. You came back eager to serve and to love our students well. Even working night shifts, you make attending church and serving a priority. And not only does he serve in 456, folks, he also serves in CCF, Christian Campus Fellowship, as well. Your willingness to do whatever is asked is huge. And you're not just willing, but you're excited to work and you're excited to serve. The preteens love you, and 456 wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you for all you do, Michael. Let's hear it for Michael one more time, guys.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shannon, thanks, man, for keeping it, to like 4 minutes and 59 seconds. You did a great job, man. Thanks.
I didn't even have a clock. That was impressive.
Hey, and also, Shannon, thanks for wearing a mask with your family at Thanksgiving so that you could be here tonight. Oh, wait, you didn't do that. Hey,
it's
guys,
my
give it up for
sister's
Shannon,
fault.
Lovelady!
Hi, guys.
Well, my next guest, from belting out songs like King of Kings and Defender, you know them very well. Please welcome to the stage, from the Creative Arts Team volunteer, Megan Blair.
So much. Hello. Well, I have to talk? Oh, no. Can I sing it? I don't like this. Oh, bless you.
Let's hear it for Megan. Woo! Let's go. You only have 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh, praise Jesus.
So, Megan, did you know that you were coming up on stage tonight?
Does it look like I did?
Did you notice?
A little bit. I can, sing it, but I can't talk in front of people.
Well, maybe you should sing as I ask you questions. Then.
Okay.
So, to put everyone else at ease, Megan is the only volunteer that I'll be interviewing tonight. But
Of course I am. Who put you up
Megan,
to this?
It had to be you. So, it had to be you. You have a unique perspective that our people need to hear about. And so, we want to ask you a really cool question, okay? You ready for this?
Okay.
Okay. So, Shannon references his time on stage frequently. And every Boscars, we make fun of him for never hitting his countdown cue. But backstage with the band, you get sort of an insider view of things that maybe we don't typically see. So when it comes to Shannon's time, can you give us an idea of what's talked about backstage?
Okay, so during Green Room, we talk about time cues and things like that. And Nicole will give us the band time cue, but then she'll be like, or Shannon's content cue. And without fail, I just laugh every time because it's he's not gonna hit his content cue. So it's just we talk about
joke.
that, and we love him. It's all in good fun. So
That's exactly right. Megan, you've been a part of this ministry now for how long?
right at 2 years, I think.
2 years.
Yeah.
And don't you guys, man, you love hearing Megan sing, right?
Thank you, guys.
So Megan, you know, kind of my new responsibility, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How old are you, by the way?
Whoa!
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm a lady. You're not supposed to
Oh, my
ask me
bad.
that.
I'm just curious because.
But I just turned 30, so
yeah.
yeah.
So the reason why I ask is just I've never seen you at the table.
I'm
so
going
Megan,
to hurt you.
Megan, when you joined Southern Hills, you jumped right in and you started singing, and then quickly you became the band lead. Just about every other Thursday, you prayerfully pick the songs for service and lead the band. You also still sing on Sunday mornings. While everyone sees your talent on stage, behind the scenes, you are humble, Megan. And you are willing to serve however asked. And Soul Hills would feel weird without you being here. And we are incredibly grateful, incredibly thankful that you are a part of our team.
Thank you.
So Megan,
I don't know
we
what
love
everyone's
you.
laughing about, but I'm very scared. So
We love you.
I
and
love
so
you guys
thank you
too.
for being a part of this ministry. Y'all give it up for Megan.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. So if you are new to Southern Hills and this is your first VOSCARS event, then you are in for a treat. You know exactly what is about to happen. Each VOSCARS is a little different, but our next segment is a VOSCARS staple. Andrew Brooks introduced us to Soul Hills Parodies back in 2014, and it wouldn't be a VOSCARS without him serenading us. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together here and at home for Andrew Brooks.
How y'all doing tonight? Guys, this thing's set for Nick? Good grief. All right, so this song, we're doing Christmas thing if you haven't figured it out. This is the real excuses that you give us. Here's the weird, real-life excuses we hear. My hair dryer won't work, my boyfriend is a jerk. It's been a bad year. It's so weird, real life excuses we hear. It's the silliest reasons of all. I stayed up late playing my video games. My alarm was turned off. It's the silliest reasons of all. My dog has diarrhea. My cat named Sophia gets anxious when I try to go. The dairy destroys me and... Oh, hang on. For dairy destroys me and I'm tired of cooking my supper from 3 days ago. It's the most believable reasons of all. My son's hand got stuck in the toilet this morning. The plumber is near. It's the most wonderful reasons we hear. My in-laws are coming, a concert I'm going. I won off the radio. I forgot I was serving, even though you just text me confirm it was 3 days ago. You're the most wonderful people we know. You are constantly serving, disciples are growing because you are here. You're the most wonderful kind. You're the most loving and kind. You're the most wonderful kind of volunteer. Our volunteers.
Good morning, Southern Hills. How are we doing this morning? Okay, that was lame. First service was more awake. Second service, how are you doing? Good. Now that my self-esteem is being reaffirmed, I can get into this message, okay? But if this is your first time here, my name is Shannon Lovelady. Yes, I have 2 female names, and I'm okay with it. But, guys, hold on. The reality of this is, dads, fathers, husbands, what's up, Southern Hills? How you guys doing? Was my mic a little bit too loud? So if you saw us last week, we talked about this thing over here, but now we're going to go to this week here. Guys, I really want you guys to get this point I'm pointing at right here. Just get it. Hey guys, welcome to Southern Hills. My name's Straight Gas. I hope you guys are doing a fantastic time. I am running. This is the energy I have. But guys, get the point across now. Did I mention my pants? Did I mention my pants already? Good. Let me pray, and just thank you for some awesome communicators that we have here at Southern Hills. God, we just thank you for an amazing team who comes and loves you well. We love to poke fun at each other, but God, we glorify you in everything we do, from the stage, from worship, from serving, and we just want to thank you for the team that you brought together. God, we love you. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Tucker. Whew. So, my next guest is new on staff, but not new to Southern Hills. You may have confused him with his younger brother, Josh, but please welcome to the stage preteen pastor, Mr. Sam Beam. Oh, there you are. Oh, Sam. Whew. So Sam, you're on staff now.
Yeah.
How you liking it?
Well, it's a job.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm here. That's
Challenging?
I mean, ministry's easy, Keith. You know we're here for the paycheck, so
That's right, yeah.
It's what it's about.
So before that, you interned.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So imagine the most degrading job you've ever had, and then take all the pay away you got from that, and then that's what internship is. Okay, not really. It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience, but yeah, that's.
So before that, you were involved in serving. I mean, you've kind of like moved up the ladder, man.
Yeah.
And so you were a volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's hope for everybody here to get a job at Southern Hills, I guess. Is that right?
Hey, one day.
So what was it like being a volunteer and now moving to being on staff?
It's interesting to see the transition, you know? It's like you go from like, you know, I'll be here, you know, we'll see, you know, if I have something, I might be out or whatever. Now it's like, you know, this is it. And so it's like, I'm now the person that people are looking up to, and I'm like, wait, I'm just like a kid. I can't do this.
So you were on staff. Before that, you interned. Before that, you were involved in serving. And before that, you never came to youth group.
Yeah, okay.
So what's the deal with that?
Sometimes.
It's cool, man. No, it's cool.
Okay.
It's really cool, for real. But how old are you?
21.
Oh, and no, I don't think you are 21, and you don't even come to the table. So, I'm just joking, maybe. So, you're doing great things at So Hills, man, and we are incredibly lucky and fortunate to have you, Sam, and you've done an amazing job, man. And it is a gift for you to be a part of the ministry and to be a part of our staff and to lead. And you are going to be doing some incredible things. You know, in the future, man. And so we are thankful to have you, Sam. You're going to be doing something fun for us here in a few minutes, right?
Yep.
Well, I'll let you go ahead and get ready for that, Sam Beam. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sam Beam. So, I would like to honor another volunteer who has been an essential part this year. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Lincoln Brackets. Lincoln Brackett came to 78 retreat to play in the band. He noticed a need for male life group leaders. Isn't that correct? Right. And you stepped in. Since, Lincoln has been an exemplary servant leader, and you really have, man. You have probably spread yourself thin a lot, but you have been an incredible servant leader. He has been leading his guys for just over a year now, as well as leading music on Wednesday nights, and is one of the first to start stacking and moving chairs. He also plays on Sunday mornings, is a CCF student leader, and leads his peers in City Station housing. Lincoln also comes in often and helps volunteer in the table as well too on Tuesday nights. No task is beneath him, and no role is too overwhelming. Lincoln reflects Christ to those around him, and we're honored to award him with a VOSCAR this evening, guys. Lincoln Brackett. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks, Lincoln. You're awesome, man. Thank you, Lincoln. So there's been a lot going on this year, and it's hard to keep up with all the news. So here to bring us some So Hills exclusive, our own personal reporters. Y'all give it up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your lead anchor, Kevin Jarrett. And joining me tonight, I have our intern, Samuel Beam.
Except I'm not the intern anymore, and I haven't been for months.
That's news to me. Let's jump into tonight's top stories.
Sounds good to me. After living at City Station for over 2 years, Kevin and Carrie Jarrett moved out in November. With the move, we can expect CVS sales to struggle, as Eli and Ethan Jarrett won't be making daily candy stops anymore. Since the fitness center, preschool, and cafe are all under one roof, the Jarretts have had pretty much everything they've needed here at City Station. In fact, it's been reported this is the first time the couple has been seen outside the world in 2 years.
It's cold out there.
It's cold. The students are still adjusting to not having around-the-clock access to Kevin. When the internet goes out, the toilets don't flush, or they lose their key card for the 8th time that week and don't want to take the elevator.
Stare.
With staff members moving in and out of City Station, sources have confirmed, everybody, living with 60 college students does not make you cooler.
No, it does not. Some interesting news. Did you know that in 2020 we hired 3 new staff members? Sam Beam was hired, moving from an internship to a full-time position. But outside of the 4, 5, 6 volunteers, we didn't really announce it to anyone because, well, look at him. It's true, Sam did replace Corey Jones as the pre-teen pastor. When the volunteers heard the news, the 4, 5, 6 volunteers replied with a, meh, but we get to keep Tanya and Mr. Glenn, right? Sam is definitely cut from a different cloth. His fiance has successfully shot a deer while he stayed home and played video games. And while Andrew, Brooks, Nick, Keith, Tucker, Eddie, Jesse, even Nicole drive pickup trucks, Sam has a very nice little Prius hybrid. Now, before you lose all respect for the man, he has actually cut grass before, unlike Trey. So, in further news, the Next Gen team also hired Janetta We hired JD as the preschool pastor. So Janadia first learned about Southern Hills by attending CCF on Thursday nights. In fact, both of our current interns are in CCF. Sam was in CCF. Matthew was in CCF. Brooks was in CCF. This just in. If you want a job here, you have to go to CCF first. Okay.
That may or may not be true. Anyways, before joining the team, JD held Shannon in high regards, thinking he was stylish and wise. After just a few hours in the office, however, the veil was removed, and JD realized, just like her, he has no idea what he's doing. Alicia McGamey was also added to the staff to help keep Keith in line.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, yes, such a sweetheart. Oh, breaking news. For the first time in history, Shannon Lady hit his time cue. Fake news! Okay, you caught me. Now for the real story. Pastor Lovelady has indeed been preaching the same sermon since 2014. It's a filibuster for the ages. Each week he finds a new way to remind the church old Shannon is dead, Christ lives in him. And he also occasionally seeks in a humble brag about lying to his wife to make sure they arrive on time.
In other news, because I want to keep my job, we wanted to let you know that the Carroll County COVID cases has been reported that they're continuing to rise. In fact, just this past week, we got a report from the hospital that said that the numbers were 24,563 positive. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's our offering count for last week. So COVID fatigue is continuing to sweep the nation. Despite the increase in the spread of the COVID virus, people are wearing their masks less, they're meeting in larger groups, and throwing caution to the wind as they travel outside of the state and country. We're going live to our field reporter, Corey Jones, for an exclusive report. Corey, is COVID still a real thing?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, news
All right.
flash. News flash. Flash. New definition for flash.
That was very flashy. That was very flashy. I liked it. Thank you so much, Corey. As previously reported, Kevin and Carrie moved out of City Station, and while they claim their living arrangements at City Station were only temporary, this reporter believes that there may be some other motivations for their relocation. I spoke to more than one eyewitness who spotted Kevin walking through the halls in a gas mask while spraying a sanitizer under every single door. It wouldn't surprise me to find Kevin currently installing an emergency bunker in his new house with beans and toilet paper. And this just in. All right, everybody. Yes, all right. My latest COVID test has come back positive, but I'm sure it's just a sinus infection. That's all from the news desk. Join us next time when we give our 2 cents on the presidential election and why live streaming church doesn't count. Good night, everybody.
This song is, it's probably a lot of your favorite Christmas songs, but we definitely wanted to ruin it for you. Mary did know. COVID, did you know who started you? Was it China or was it Zoom? COVID, do you know that you're really done and you've ruined 2020? Did you know that it's your fault that I had to teach my kids? And these dang masks we're wearing still let those fart smells in. So Hills, did you know that our staff has changed over the last 6 months? Corey's now our boss, and so Shannon's free to only preach and play golf. Did you know that Tucker and Trey are 2 different guys? But the pants they are wearing are made for female thighs. Shannon, did you know that the timer on the back wall's just for you? Shannon, did you know that Nicole will chew you out on Monday morning? Did you know that our hungry kids are screaming it's lunchtime? The live stream looks tempting, and I'll keep
should know.
Yes, the mic was set for me earlier. My name's Nick Ivy. Yes, I'm giant. I don't wear shoes, at least not in front of you people. I have this story I've shared about my adopted son, Zeke, that I'm going to tell you again. There we go. Hey guys, welcome to Southern Hills. This may be your first time or your 752nd time, but my name is Andrew Hicks. I do wear shoes, unlike these weirdos like my sister, which you'll meet in a second. But now, I'm going to talk in the middle of singing, but it's going to awkwardly pause randomly. But I still need this, never mind. Hey guys, so you're like, who the crap is that? I sing every so often. I am the elementary school pastor now, and I'm going to get really into See a Victory, and I'm going to say, hey, we're going to see a victory in my marriage, and it's going to get awkward for a lot of us as we leave because everything's fine between me and Kelly, but I'm going to make you assume that I'm going to see a victory because things are super, super bad. This is my favorite. I don't wear shoes as well. I feel more spiritual. This isn't even me, this is a spirit. But man, it's going, it's ramping up here. We're getting into it! Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Tucker again, man. That was awesome. So hey, to switch gears a little bit, and really this is confession time for me, but when I started at Southern Hills 7 years ago, I inherited volunteers that have been working in student ministry with Nicole, who was our student pastor before me for a long time. And I gained some really good friends from those volunteers that had been with her. People like Erica Cornicelli. I think I saw her. She's here tonight. Erica Cornicelli, and she may be joining us online. Joe Bradley, who is joining us online, and Ben Walls, who's here tonight, man. I inherited some really incredible friends, and I took that for granted. But I took for granted just how important you are to kingdom work. Not just Southern Hills, but kingdom work. Because it's about the kingdom. And it wasn't until back in the end of April of this year that God had revealed something to me that was great and marvelous about the role of a volunteer who is about kingdom work. Keith, they carry my vision and they make it happen. I recall very vividly one night during COVID lockdown, this group of volunteers, there were about 20 of them at the time. We'd been meeting every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on Zoom, and some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And many of you, you know how hard it was to be on Zoom. And some of you still are today. Some of you still do many things through Zoom. And you're trying to fill an hour with content. You're trying to keep everyone engaged. You're constantly wondering if people are bought into what's happening and what you're talking about. And I was feeling fearful because we weren't meeting in person. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We had to reschedule our launch date for the table, and it was still months out. And I was fearful that I was running out of stuff to do through Zoom. And they were getting bored with Zoom, all of my table leaders at the time. And I was afraid they were going to say, this is taking too long. These meetings are redundant, I'm out. And so fear led me one night to almost plead. And I don't know if you remember this. I'll look over here because most of our table volunteers, leaders are over here. But I don't know if you remember this, but there was one night when I looked at the Zoom and I remember just sort of pleading with them and trying to come up with stories and using scripture and trying to motivate them to say, hey guys, like hang in there. Don't give up. Let's stay together. We got to keep pushing through. And in that time, man, it became obvious real quick that they were not going anywhere. Because the Father has brought them here. Keith, God would say to me that night, chill out, because they're here to stay. Not because they're bought into you, Keith. Not because they're even bought into Southern Hills, but because they're bought into the kingdom. They believe in the gospel. Keith, they believe in me. And so don't fret, but be thankful. Like I said, a majority of them are sitting right over here tonight. You see, this is who you are. That is why through this pandemic, you're sitting in this room and you're joining us online because you realize the price that was paid for your life. Hebrews 12, 1-3 says this, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who is for the joy that is set before him, endured the cross, despising the, there I go with my hands. I guess I need to put them in my pocket right now, but despising the shame, and it is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. And I say to all of you in this room tonight, and for all of you that are joining us online and watching this in your home, you have not grown faint-hearted. Because you brought into the kingdom, because you bought into the kingdom, and you believe in the gospel. And so no matter the storm, a pandemic, you're not going anywhere. You're consistent, you show up, you make this place better, Christ in you. The church only gets better because of the gifts that you bring to the table. You like how I did that? God revealed to me, Keith, you have nothing to fear because they are here because of me, Keith. And so God revealed to me that I have nothing to fret about. And so to the table volunteers, I say thank you. Thank you that we are weathering the pandemic together. To all of you in this room, I say thank you. That together, for all of you at home, I say thank you because together we are weathering the storm. We are getting through this together. The Zoom calls, my table leaders never even flinched. Now there's 30 of us creating culture that is going to make disciples of young adults who will change the world. These table leaders are all carrying the burden of the table. And so I say thank you to every one of you in this room and online that you are still here. You are still serving. You are still showing up. You are still loving. And you in this room and those of you at home, you are carrying the burden of so many people. You are bought into the kingdom. And that's why you're here. I would be remiss if I didn't say to those of you that are online at home and you can't be here because of the circumstances, that you want to serve, that you want to be in this place tonight, but you can't. Your prayers and your words of encouragement, your faithfulness and generosity are undergirding ministry at Southern Hills. Never mistake what your prayers and your generosity away from home are doing in this place. Do not mistake the role that all of you in this room play in the kingdom. It will be shouted from the rooftops. You are all kingdom workers, and there's going to be a parade of people because of you who will be celebrating your faithfulness when you enter into his kingdom. Thank you, Southern Hills. So we've been wearing masks for months, and it can be hard to understand each other. And I didn't realize how much I rely on reading people's lips, right? I mean, we can all agree with that. And so we're going to play a fun game, and we're going to put my lip reading skills to the test. So, to help me, please welcome to the stage table volunteer Jordan Hardiman. Jordan. Huh? Grab a seat right here. Come on, sit down. Yeah. All right. So Jordan, we're gonna play a game, and it's gonna be a fun game. And so basically, what you're gonna do, Jordan, is you're gonna put on these headphones. Okay. I'm gonna play some music. And Jordan, what you're going to try to do is you are going to try to figure out what I'm saying. You got to repeat what's coming off of my lips. You know how this game works? Of course you do. Exactly, man. So I'm going to open up an envelope. I'll show the crowd. I'll try to show the crowd. You can't look, but I'll show everybody what it is, and then you've got to repeat what it is that I'm saying. Can you hear me right now? Okay, good. So how about now? Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Let me turn this up a little bit more. So, you've got to repeat what it is that I'm saying. All right, you ready? Okay, good. I'm glad you can't hear me. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but here we go. You'll hear it now. All right, elf on the shelf. Repeat. Elf on the shelf.
I have no idea.
Elf.
The elf?
Elf on the shelf.
The elf is on the shelf.
Yeah, we'll give it to you, baby. That's good. That's good. All right, you can take them off. Elf on the shelf. All right, you got to do it for me now. So here's your envelope. Don't let me see it. It's a good song. Moment. All right, I can't see it. Longing for, longing, locking.
Naughty.
Huh?
Naughty.
Locking.
Naughty.
Longing.
Naughty.
What?
Can we give up now?
I definitely don't know what you just said.
Naughty.
Locking.
Look, I'm too country for this. Naughty.
Longing. Loading. Lurking. Loving.
No. Nice.
I don't know. Here, try another one. Try another one. I have no idea. Oh, I got it. Naughty or nice? Naughty or nice?
Baby.
Bambi.
Baby. It's cold.
Cold. Freezing. Frosty.
Outside.
What?
Outside.
Outside. Winter Wonderland outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Bambi is cold outside. Woo! Is that it?
Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, Oh, baby, it's cold outside. All right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, it's 2-1 because I got naughty or nice. So. Okay, this one's good. You ready? Can you hear me? Okay, great. All right, here we go. Frosty.
Frosty?
Yeah, the snowman.
The snowman.
I'm the stud. Good job. All right, let's go. We got time for one more, so go ahead and grab another one. There we go. And nothing else. And nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just...
Here.
Okay.
Here.
Reindeer.
Here. Comes.
Thomas the train.
Here comes.
Move your mouth a little bit more. Like, be more expressive with your mouth.
Here.
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 Here. Here.
Comes.
Here comes the bride.
Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus. Woo! Yes. All right. Oh, wait, I don't need this. All right, well, that's it. We don't have time for another one. But, man, right, you're not going anywhere. Sit down, man. That was awesome. You did a great job. Thanks, Jordan. So, Jordan, I can stop this now. Did y'all know what I was singing? Okay. Jordan, you are the epitome of the mission of the table. Early in 2020, you joined the table leadership as a volunteer, and ever since, you have been overwhelming. You've bought into the vision of the table. Every week, you show up early to set up for the auditorium in preparation for the night. Not only will you do this, but you stay after to help reset the room for the next day. Every week, you have a handful of guys who meet in your home and you lead a Bible study. You are an incredible example of servant leadership and one who makes disciples who makes disciples. Jordan, thank you for serving so well. Here's your VOSCAR, the very first ever VOSCAR. Let's give it up for Jordan. He is so loved, man. So let's keep the night moving. Our next guest is a ministry veteran. He is old. He is extremely old. He's been at Soul Hills longer than some of you have been alive, and he seems to know everyone. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Ron Boswell. Woo! Ron Boswell, what's up, my man?
What's happening, Keith?
So, many of you don't know, but Ron gets to share an office with me. That must be a joy, Ron. So, why don't you tell us, what is it like sharing an office with me?
Shannon increased my pay if I would bring you in, take you under my wing, you know. But
that's funny.
I enjoy it, except for Mondays when y'all go eat tacos. Keith doesn't remember that we don't have a window that opens in our office.
And it lingers too.
And he loves to share. So yeah, but it's entertaining too. I've known Keith for a long time. Most of y'all don't know that Keith doesn't have hair on his right forearm. And that happened in 2001 when he was an intern. You'll notice what happens to our interns. We were in Spartanburg, South Carolina at the Christian Youth Convention, and Keith made the mistake of wanting to take a nap during the daytime when the rest of us were not taking a nap. And someone convinced Nick Ivey to sit, and Keith is a germaphobe, so Nick Ivey sat bare butt naked on his arm. And then Keith woke up.
See his white butt on my arm.
Yes.
My arm smelled for the rest of the day, too.
Keith can move quickly. Now, it is a lot of fun, and I enjoy being able to to be in the office together and just really have a good time fellowship. And I enjoy being around you, Keith. It's a lot of fun.
It has been some really cool conversations. Ron, anyone who knows you knows that you have a lot of stories, and I'm not kidding. The brother has a lot of stories. You have lived a full life. In our office, you have a lot of firefighter gear. Now, I have some of my favorite stories of yours that I love for you to retell, but tell us a story from your firefighting days.
I was firefighter paramedic for nearly 30 years in DeKalb County, and I always loved doing the stuff on the edge. And I always liked getting the rookies too, because they're fresh out of the fire academy, and they'll do pretty much whatever you tell them to do because you're their boss. And so we're working a house fire, and my rookie's in there, and I see him go in. And sometimes when you're in a house fire thing, I mean, the smoke is real low, and you may not be seeing what you're really seeing. And I see him in there with his firefighter boots on, but then I see some big bare feet, and I'm thinking I'm seeing things, you know. And so I get a little closer, and next thing I know, I hear this loud bang, and my rookie is out on the floor. And I'm not sure what's happening. There's still that bare feet standing there. And so I drag him out, and I go back in, and the guy that was standing up, it was a guy in the house. We didn't know he was in there. Had hit him in the head with one of those big iron skillets. Knocked him out. I mean, I heard the clink, and I'm going. And then he hits the ground, and we drag him out, and then we get the other guy out. But it was a halfway house for recovering folks, and we didn't know this guy had a psychological disorder until he plunked him with a pan. So, yeah, that makes everything fun.
Ron, you've definitely, man, in the 50 or 60 years that you've been here at Southern Hills, or 70, I can't remember, but... and you don't either, so it doesn't matter. But anyhow, Ron, you've had a ton of volunteers, and you've overseen a lot of volunteers, and you've experienced a lot of working with volunteers. And Ron, we really do have some of the amazing volunteers. We do. And so we're going to honor one, and you're going to honor this volunteer. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage VOSCAR winner, Mr. John Pence.
You know, one of the things that I love to do is stand in the lobby and greet people when they come in, but I'm not just greeting. I'm looking at who God sends through the doors. And as you guys have walked through, one of the things that I've always asked myself is like, God, what do you want us to do with them? And when John walked through the door, I asked that very question. And then John is one of those volunteers, one of those guys that came up and said, hey, what do you want me to do? He came and found us. And ever since he's been volunteering, no job is too big and no job's too small. And he works in our First Impressions team, and he first started out ushering, and then he moved up to being a service coordinator now. And what he does is whatever we need done when it comes to First Impressions, whether it's moving chairs or covering for somebody who may have been out for the day, anything that we ask John to do, John is willing to do it. But the thing that I love about John is he always has a smile on his face, and he always says this phrase, my pleasure. And so I asked Amy one day, I said, John always says, my pleasure. I said, does he work at Chick-fil-A? John, where do you work at?
I work at Chick-fil-A.
Thank you so much.
Let's say one thing, hold on. Ron, I just want to tell you thank you for tolerating me and my farts in the office. And I really do appreciate you. Thank you for the wisdom that you share with me, and then the wisdom that you share with our staff as well too. Southern Hills would not be the same if you were not a part of this ministry and this team. And you have, Sean, Ron is a veteran. And so will you please give it up for Ron Boswell one more time. Thank you, Ron. Love you, dude. So there are a few other things that we want to update you on. To bring you the news, we go live again to our expert reporters, Sam and Kevin.
Speed newsing. That's a thing. It's a thing. This is my line. Good evening and welcome back for more of the latest news.
Mine's empty.
They are props.
Alrighty.
Hey, to keep everyone safe from the spread of COVID-19, Southern Hills has implemented a lot of new policies and changes, including communion. Communion we've included in this. If you're still at home, you may not be aware, but we no longer pass communion trays up and down the aisles for everyone to touch. Instead, upon arriving at City Station, you receive communion in a prepackaged cup enclosed in a Ziploc bag, handed to you by a gloved hand, by a sanitized hand, by someone that got scanned by a light wand. Unknown to most people, when we first moved into City Station, we had considered using these cups, but had decided they were too much trouble, with too much hassle, and wasn't worth the extra cost and noise and hassle. And now look at us. Along with the majority of America, we're using these pop-top communion cups, which are frequently on back order. Now, when everyone opens their communion, it sounds like a quiet rainfall in the auditorium.
Well, that sounds like a cool experience for you guys at home. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. In the top is what they claim to be bread. Our top scientists are studying these so-called wafers to determine if they're even edible. Are we sure they're not styrofoam? Because I think they're styrofoam. Anyways, sorry. We go live to our field reporter, Corey Jones, standing by to give his input on these mysterious white discs. Corey?
Yep. They're the worst.
Thanks, Corey.
While the wafer is questionable, it's a roulette game when it comes to the juice. Apparently, we've accidentally introduced some of our younger congregation to wine. Last Wednesday, our security cameras caught a group of students daring each other to drink the juice, hoping enough had fermented to give them a slight church buzz. Which leads me to ask, is it really worth it? Is the risk of spilling the juice all over yourself due to the unexplainably strong glue worth it? Is the long-term effects of eating styrofoam discs better than the possibility of getting COVID from touching a communion tray? We go again to Corey to weigh in on the debate. Corey?
Yes.
It is. Well, there you have it, folks. At home, families are experimenting with other forms of communion alternatives. The treehouse families, we hear, have had good luck with goldfish and Capri Suns. Meanwhile, rumor has it, the Hilltoppers have found prune juice and their daily vitamins successful.
In other news, even during quarantine and these strange times, I know to some staff, our beloved pastor, stuff still needs to to get done around here. And volunteers are actually putting in extra effort to keep things running and making ministry happen. And we'd like to take some time right now to honor one such volunteer couple. The next VOSCAR will be awarded to Adam and Susan Bradley.
So Adam and Susan are actually watching from home. So they're part of our congregation that are still online only. But Adam and Susan have consistently helped out with chair setup during COVID. Every week on Saturdays, which means in the middle of their weekend, they leave the comfort of their house and make a special trip up here to City Station and help move chairs in what seems to be an ever-changing layout pattern of chairs. They're always willing to pitch in and show up each week with great attitudes. I'm thankful for them serving behind the scenes so that others can come to City Station and feel safe and taken care of. So thank you, Adam and Susan Bradley. So during the shelter in place, back in April and May, that's my bad. So during shelter in place, we're happy to report that Matthew Hicks worked countless hours in attempts to bring live stream service to your living room. Because City Station was closed at one point, he packed up 3 computers, numerous cables, and something called a dongle to set up a production studio at the Metro West Realty office. For weeks, he manned this system all on his own. Because of his efforts, those weeks had some of the most seamless live streams we've had. And who cares if most of them started late? We really didn't have anything else to do anyways. So thank you, Matthew Hicks, for your hard work and dedication.
Meanwhile, Tucker and Trey made TikToks.
Hey! What?
No one else can see you and me. Turn the lights out now. Now I'll take you by the hand you in that.
I didn't know that I would be outed like that as well, but anyways, continuing with the news.
Yes, continue.
Tucker also found the time to binge watch Tiger King, because what else would he do? He even came to a Zoom staff meeting dressed as the mullet man himself. He really did that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is not fake news. He had several appearances. Quarantine got to him in a different kind of way.
Yes, it did.
And while some put on the quarantine 19, Tucker managed to keep it off and even boasted about squatting 440 pounds on his Instagram.
Fake news. Fake news. So Jesse Perkle, on the other hand, is adamant that he did not watch the Tiger King. While I do believe him, there was definitely some hanky-panky going on in the Perkle household. So during our Thanksgiving offering services, Jesse shared with the church that his wife Kendall was pregnant. So when he announced to the staff, he assured us that it wasn't a quarantine baby. But come on.
Bound to go wow wow.
When the staff were able to come back to City Station, the live stream seemed to struggle. It is still unknown how one man could make it work off-site, and we can't get a smooth stream with thousands of dollars of equipment and a team of expert staff and volunteers. But the problems with the live stream do seem to be solved now. As long as no one touches anything, don't touch a thing. Now you can attend church in your pajamas, or while you remodel your house, cook, clean your room,
Pay the bills,
take a nap,
dance in the dark.
I think they got it.
Bound to go wow wow.
moving on.
We're just gonna move right on with that one. While our in-person attendance has dropped dramatically because of COVID, our overall attendance is through the roof. Somehow, rumor has it families are watching the live stream on more than one device at home. Some claim it's because their relationship with Christ is a personal experience, while others say it's simply to increase the attendance numbers. Lead Pastor Shannon demands a recount, though I think we know the real results here. With an accurate number, he claims that he wants to know when COVID's over what to expect to come flooding into City Station. And you better come, because you know, live stream church doesn't count when COVID is over, so just get that one out of the way.
For real, though, we understand if you don't feel comfortable joining us here in the City Station building in person, because COVID is a real thing. For some, it's a very serious threat. We should all be responsible and make wise decisions to keep our family and ourselves safe. We're glad we can offer online options, and we hope it helps you stay connected to your church family. So we'll see you online this Sunday at 9:45, or we'll see you in person at the football game next Friday.
Go Trojans!
Sports ball!
Good for one more? On the first Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me I'll be here every single week. On the second Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me I overslept, but I'll be here early next week. Third Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me my birthday is this Friday. I'm going to the beach, so I'll be back the following week. On the fourth Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me it's been a busy month and my homework isn't done. My girlfriend's home from school, so it's best if I stay home this week. On the fifth Sunday serving, my volunteer asked me, why don't you use me? I told you I would serve, but you haven't let me lead a thing. I felt disconnected for weeks. On the sixth Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me I'm starting to like this. When can I teach? My daddy is a Baptist preacher, mama's Methodist, and I touched Jesse's Bible last week. On the seventh Sunday serving, my volunteer calls me my mama's brother's daughter, babysitter's lawyer. He has COVID-19. At least for the next 14 days I'll be quarantined in my undies binging Tiger King. On the eighth Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me meet my girlfriend Sally. We've been dating 8 weeks. She wants to serve in the same ministry. I think she's the one that will marry me. I'll probably ask her later this week. On the ninth Sunday serving, my volunteer calls me. I proposed to Sally on the phone last Wednesday. She said no too quickly, so I signed up for soul care. And Heath cries more than me. So I I'll be staying home this week. The scripture that I need. No longer I, but Christ lives in me. On the 10th Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me. Actually, they showed up without any excuses, and everything went perfect. On the 11th Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me I love teaching today and meeting all their parents. Small group was amazing once I baptized all the crazies. Cleanup was so easy, then he stopped and he asked me, what else do you need? I was so shocked and let sarcasm speak for me. Yes, please come back excuseless next week. On the 12th Sunday serving, my volunteer tells me I'm over serving with 3rd grade and under. Preteens are too sassy, junior high are slack at bathing. High school was okay, but their cool intimidates me. I try to re-engage, but he cries more than me. I guess I will just join the table ministry. And drink coffee all day with you.
Hey, I can do parody songs too. Jingle bells, my Mac smells like rotten deviled eggs. I probably won't watch. Wait, I messed that up completely. I probably will watch it. No, actually, I'm not going to watch it until COVID-19 so ends, but whatever. All right, so when we had the chance to cancel the Boscars in March, the staff was devastated. Nicole Jones took it particularly hard. During shelter in place, she organized a meeting with some of the staff to brainstorm ideas. Not knowing what the future would hold, we thought we'd share a recording of what the meeting with you tonight looked like.
Oh, hey guys. Hey, what's up? Thanks for taking some time to help me brainstorm for the VOSCARS.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, glad to help.
Nice studio, Hicks.
Thanks. Haven't spent a lot of time in here this week.
Everyone should be jumping on here in a minute or so. How was your week of shelter in place?
It's going pretty good. Spent some time with Tucker the other day playing disc golf, went and got some coffee with some students, was out and about, just kind of chilling. So not a whole lot of exciting stuff, but, pretty good.
Well, I stayed home, like we're supposed to. Oh, Dale just got here.
Hey guys, it's great to see everyone.
Hey, Dale, your video isn't on.
Dang it, I knew I would mess this up. Okay, how do I turn it on?
It's down in the left-hand corner.
Can you see me now?
Nope, not yet.
Hold on a second. Aiden, can you come here and help me with this thing?
Dale, I'm just gonna mute you while you figure that out.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Andrew. How was your shelter in place?
It's been wild, but it's been good. I've had some good quality time with the boys.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah. Hey, what did I just say? I'm in a meeting, okay? Go, you get your tablets or something, go outside.
Hey, everyone.
Wow, Heath, that's a look.
It's also 3 in the afternoon. Hey, what did I say? Go outside. Sorry about that.
Okay, I think I got this working. Can you see me now?
Sure can.
Okay, that's great. I just wanted to say, y'all allow me part of this brainstorming to talk about our...
Dale, I think your internet is cutting in and out.
And it's been such a great working with you guys to see how best in the volunteers that are right. And I miss being with y'all.
Thanks. Anyway, we're all here, so let's get into it. So we had to cancel Boscars. That was the worst. I think we're actually going to save our March theme for 2021, which means we need a new theme for this year. In case anyone doesn't know, just because you turn your video off doesn't mean your mic is muted.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Man. What were we talking about? I'm back. What were we talking about?
Theme for the VOSCARS.
Surely this thing will blow over in a few weeks. We'll get back to normal. I say we just stick with the same thing. I mean, we already have. It's all ready to go, right?
I don't know. What do you think, Trey?
Sorry, I was shopping for Lululemon. What was the question?
Hicks, do you have any thoughts?
And I miss being with y'all this again. And I just want to say,
I think we lost Dale. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just connect next week when we're all back together in the office.
Oh, yeah, you may need to count me out. I'm out again with my third round of COVID, but if you guys need me, just remember I'm on California time, so just remember that.
I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, great meeting.
So, guys, before we start, I just have a few words that I want to say. Look, I am so thankful for all of you guys around the table. Like, you guys don't realize how much you mean to me and what it means that all of you guys... Wait, where's Sam? Why is Sam not at the table?
Can I go to the bathroom?
You were supposed to go before we were going to start.
I didn't know that.
Okay, can you not just wait? Fine.
Okay, thanks.
Janadia, hey, let's wait until everybody else is ready, okay?
But I'm hungry. Can I have some bread?
No, not right now.
Can I have some juice?
In just a minute.
Can I just go play?
Not right now, Janadia. Guys, let's do this. Let's share around the table what we're all thankful for.
It's Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
Tucker, are you... Bless your heart, Tucker. You're such a middle schooler, think you know everything. Tucker, listen. I know that it's Christmas, okay? But guess what? We weren't all together last week at Thanksgiving. So let's just share everything that we're thankful for, okay?
Whatever.
This is my table.
Whatever.
The Bible says in 1 Thessalonians, you should be thankful always.
I'm thankful when you leave me alone.
Welcome! It's so good to see you!
Oh, Sam, hey, nice of you to finally show up to the table. Did you just crop dust me?
No!
You smell like deviled eggs, man. Like, when's the last time you bathed?
The last time you told me?
Doubt it.
It's Christmas.
Oh. Can we not just share what we're thankful for, please?
Oh, how about Fortnite? Because, like, Fortnite.
Sam, I don't think you're old enough to play Fortnite.
Yeah, I know, but the other day I was watching the slime video, and then there's a streamer, and the streamer was playing Fortnite, and he was doing a 360, and there's a rocket.
Andrew, did you wash your hands?
Yes.
With water and soap? Don't wash your hands.
What? Jesus.
Welcome! It's good to see you again!
Hey, where's Shannon and Tasha?
Oh, they said they had to pay the bills.
Andrew, what are you thinking?
My BB gun, my glove, and my baseball, and Monopoly Junior, and dinosaurs.
Okay, Tucker. What are you thankful for? Tucker!
Yeah, what's up?
We're telling people what we're thankful for. What are you thankful for?
Family, I guess, whatever.
Okay, Tucker, thank you. Can you keep... Well, clearly you're not going to keep your headphones off, so anyhow. Amy, what are you thankful for?
Stop kicking me! Alicia, he's kicking me!
Excuse me, I am not touching you, no, I'm not touching you.
What causes these battles and force within you? Is it not the desires within you?
Okay, so my brothers, they were like, they were fighting, and my mom told them to stop, but then we went to McDonald's, and then
You know what?
they couldn't play anymore.
You know what? Just forget it. Just forget it. Nick, will you say the blessing, please?
Yeah, man.
May his presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. He is with you. He is with you. He is with you.
Sam had his eyes open.
Guys, listen, we are incredibly thankful for everything that you do, and every time, every week, every month that you give to this ministry and to Southern Hills, and that really ultimately you give to the kingdom. And you are an incredibly special part of who we are, and really you make this community better because you bring Christ into Carrollton. And through the lives of these little kids, all the way up through grown adults into our Hilltoppers. And so we thank you so much for everything you guys continue to do in and out, man. And this is just a way for us to celebrate you tonight and tell you that we are thankful for you, and we're thankful for the hard work that you give. I just want to sort of single out Nicole Jones, who really wrote most of what you see tonight. Nicole, thank you. Thank you for being so awesome. And this was a talk about pivot. That's one of her favorite words. And this was definitely a quick pivot in our ministry. To those of you that are at home joining us online, we hope that you enjoyed tonight. We are thankful for you as well. Even if you can't be here because of circumstances with COVID-19, we know you, we see you, we hear you, and we are thankful for you. Guys, give it up for our lead pastor, Shannon Lovelady, one more time. Thank you to Shannon, man. We hope you had a great night tonight, and thank you again for serving another year in the life of Southern Hills Church. We believe that things are going to continue to get better in 2021, and we are thankful for you guys. I'm going to pray, and then we are going to dismiss by Rose tonight. God, thank you so much for our family, for our Jesus family, God, for bringing our family together every single week, week in and week out, Monday, God, through Sunday. And thank you that the people in this room and the people that are online are committed to the kingdom. And they're committed to making disciples who make disciples. And Lord, we thank you. And God, we ask that you would continue to provide for them in this season and continue to protect them as the God, they continue to be obedient to your will, man. God, we love you so much. And we thank you for each person in this room. They are special, they're unique, they're called by you, Father. And thank you for their heart, their generosity, their time, and their giving, God, to this church, this kingdom, your kingdom, Lord. We love you. We thank you. We pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. You guys celebrate yourself one more time. Thank you so much. We love you guys. We will see y'all Sunday.